Hello, this is another video. This one is Railmaster, Train Tech and me and the history. Right, first of all is when I first started to build this layout, I laid all the track, got all the point motors in, what I needed for this part of the layout. When it come to the decoder, I had a problem. Last March, that was March 2014, you couldn't get one. They were out of stock. So I needed this to get it on. I'm somebody who has to work at something 100%. It doesn't work for me otherwise. So what I did, I actually found Train Tech. This is the company. They make loads and loads of stuff. They've actually got the coaches, you can put the lights in. You've got put the brake lights on the brake vans. You can put lights on the trains. You put the fire hole in. Also, they've got level crossing barriers. You can do a log fire camp, welding effects, lighting controls. You can do flashing effects, just like that on a police car. You can do traffic light controls. You can also have the decoders, which I'll show you in a second, to operate the signals. And these are the types of signals you can actually get. As I said, the two aspect one is £24, the double headed 35, the shunting one is 26. And also they do that, which is a track tester, and the buffer lights, which I will show you. So first of all, we go round here. These are the little buffer lights, you can see. And actually, in fact, what they actually do is, if actually you see that close up, all they do is clip into the track and they feed off the track, no problem at all. This is the little track tester. What you do with that, you run it along the rails like that, and if it goes like that, it means you've got a dead spot. You can also find the polarity, whether it's positive one side, negative the other, and that little thing there is £5, and it's a brilliant thing, especially where you've got points and sidings where you're having problems getting connections. But the little buffer lights, I've got some over there, look. I need some more for those other buffers now. They are £5 a piece. The little track tester's £5. So they're very good. Now, that was the first part of the history. So I actually bought the decoder. I bought two, and then down at Worley, the NEC, I bought another two to do my sidings. I'll show you those in a second. Then I've also got another problem. I actually got the decoders put in. They're quite easy to set up, which I'll show you in a second. But one of the things I actually got now is a problem. I can't get the Hornby motors. They're out of stock. So I actually bought these, which are the Pico ones. And that is a Hornby one. Now the difference between the two is when you're wiring them, is on the Hornby one, the black is the central control and the red and green are the two which go to your point motors. On the Pico ones, the green is actually the common wire, and those two are the ones to do that. Now when it comes to wiring, we all see how narrow these little wires are. This is a little gadget I actually bought, a Rolson wire cutter, and what it actually does is it actually strips the cable. It grips it at the back and you squeeze it like that and it strips the wire off. So you've got no problems whatsoever on wiring. So we'll move that out of the way now. I'll come back to that in a second. What I'll do now is I'll go round to the decoders. Now, as you've said in one of my first videos, my railway sits on wheels. There. So all I have to do is to get round the back is actually just push the track like that. I'll actually turn this light on now, down the back here, so you can actually see. I'll go down now underneath, and there are the decoders. As you can see, what you've got lit now is you've actually got two reds up there, there'll be two reds down there, and what you actually have, actually just drop that light down a little bit, is here in the middle there are the two connections for your DC supply. Those are your three connections for your points. So say your centre one is the common, and then you've got the two on the other side. And what you've actually got up here, right in this top little here, there's a little button, learner button. And what you actually do is, once you've put the power to it, like that, what I actually did is I put on the first one of the units. The other two are sitting over there. Look at this, it's all my wiring underneath my track. Some of these wires, like these here, like these, are, let's just see where it is. These are about the fineness of a hair, and they're very, very hard to connect. So I've actually got decoder 1, which actually does 1, 2, 3 and 4. 2 does 5, 6, 7 and 8. And then these do the other 8. This is what I've actually done with these, because the ones over the far side were alright. So I've actually marked them, which ones they are, because as you see here, there's no wires in here yet. I've still got to do some, I've got 2 there, which I've got spare still. So I've got plenty of space on there to do it. So that is the decoders. So what you actually do is you actually, simple as that, if that was point 1, we say, you press the little button, all these lights will start flashing. You go to your controller, you set the accessory to 1, as my start did over the side, and it actually locks in 1, 2, 3 and 4. As easy as that. Also, is that with the Hornby ones, you've got to put them on a track a program track to set them up. These you don't. You just put the supply to them, press the button, press the, as you do with the signals, and no problems at all. So now we'll come out of here. I'm getting old now, so it's hard to struggle. So what I have to do now is I can come round here again, swing the railway back again, and it's back to on. Now actually, in fact, what I'll do is actually put my little other lights on, which are all my lights as you've seen before. With the signals, which are chain tech, what you actually do is you slide them under the track, and there's contacts there, and they pick up the bottom of the rails. So then that'll come on a green at the start, and all you actually do, as I've said before, is you touch those two contacts there with a piece of wire. I use a paper clip. The light will start flashing on your controls, whether it's like that, the E-Link, or whether it's the Elite, which I use there as well. You program which one you want. This is like number 28. So dial in 28, press the button, press it again, and it's on. Now, one thing I've actually done with most of mine is I've actually wired them. And what I've actually done is on the back here, there's 2 little holes, connection holes. I've actually put a wire off there, soldered it on, and run it underneath the track there, and it's soldered onto the back of the rail there. And the other one there is actually soldered there. You can see it, there it is soldered onto there, and that's how they actually are connected. Train tech stuff is actually brilliant. I actually, one Friday afternoon at 2:20, I ordered this particular signal, and at 11 o'clock next day it was here. There are 2 types you can actually buy with these. You can actually buy one which you build as a kit, which instead of clipping under here, this part here is actually goes through the board, and you solder on the bottom of the contacts on the rod at the bottom. But I find these easy, quite acceptable for what I want. So say there's another one there. I've actually got to just cover that bit with ballast and that. Now then, when it comes to the signalling which you saw before, I've actually built it a little bit more now. Right, what I've actually got here is I've got a siding here, which is the terminal. I've got the crossover, and I've got a set of points here which go into this siding here, which go right round there, up to there, up to the back there. So what I actually do is now I've actually got it controlled. As you can see, I'll turn this light off here, it shows you a bit better. This track here is green. On this one here, the one crossover is red. The one for the main line is green, and the siding is red. So what I can actually do now is if I change the crossover to go from this track to this track, what we do now is just go onto this track here, touch the button, and what you've got now is that has actually turned red because the track in front of it is in the wrong direction. The red is the main line because the main line is shut because we're going over the crossover, and it's green for that one. And all you actually do is, once you've done your trains run across, you actually click it back again. That's it. And what it does now, as you saw it then, it quickly goes, that's gone back to green because you've got a main line straight up. The main line here is through, and that is red for the crossover, which is correct. Now when it comes to this siding one, what I have to do with that one is if I click it for the siding, which is now gone green, the main line has gone red because that point is against it. I was a signal and telegraph engineer, so this is in my blood. So this is the thing that I actually do. So I have to go and put it back again now to the main line. Well, that's gone red. It's gone green for the main line, green there. So some say that also is that since that last little video I did on my magnets, I've done a little bit more now. There's the magnets in. I've actually put the little posts in now with the markers. I've actually done quite a few of them over there in the sidings as well. You can actually just see the little white markers sticking up. I've got a couple more tracks there to do. The one thing I didn't tell you on the last one is these magnets have to be 20 mil between the two, else the wagons will not connect. So that is the way they all run. And if you want to get hold of me, I'm on Facebook, it is Railmaster Help. Also my email address is there, and my phone number, which is 01782 302194. And I hope to get some more of the train tech stuff. I am a gadget freak, off and off. This watch of mine is actually radio controlled from Hornby radio station. My house is remote controlled, all my lighting and everything else. I just press buttons and things come on and off. I am known as the gadget freak around here. I love gadgets, and train tech have given me the opportunity to get a lot of this stuff and make it all possible. I will see you again soon. Thank you.